Hi, this is BLG18. I'm MJ, and this is Paul, and we're here with Laura. What's your last name?
Lori Roe.
Lori Roe?
Yeah,
Oh,
Roe.
Row, like row your boat. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, row
Okay,
your boat.
all
That's
right.
it.
So if you can tell us real quick here, because I don't want to take you away, because we're at a festival today, and which is getting busier and busier. So I don't
Yeah.
want to take too much of our time.
Yeah, actually, the exhibitors here are getting very busy.
Yeah, they
right
are,
now.
which is really,
So,
it's
yeah.
a great show. It's a great, anyway, and we'll be showing a list of the other places that these shows will be at. Tell us about you. How'd you got into this?
It's a wonderful opportunity that I'm here, and it just manifested itself. I've gotten I was a yoga teacher for many years, and I was also a public education teacher. And when I retired, then I was able to go full-time yoga, and that's like my second career. But I came across the singing bowls when I was visiting my daughter in Colorado. She took me to a warehouse, and I had played with them before, but I met her teacher who wrote the book How to Heal with Singing Bowls. He is from Nepal and a very angelic being, just amazing.
Wow.
And that's where my journey started. I went back for level 1, then the next year I went for level 2, and then level 3 I invested in the Himalayan bowls, which has a story in and of itself.
Right.
I love the crystal bowls, but the Himalayan bowls have a very unique healing quality because they resonate a very deep harmonic tone to them.
Okay, that's interesting. Is it because of the material they're made out of?
It is. It's the ones that I have, and they've changed it today. My presentation this afternoon is going to get more detailed into this, but the bowls are made from the bowls that I have, because they're a great investment, are made from 7 precious metals, and they start out in a ball, and they are hand hammered by the Tibetan monks, or the monks from Nepal.
Yeah, right.
And they're hand hammered. While they're hammering them, they infuse healing intentions with their chanting.
Oh,
And then they're sent to the warehouse, and then we put the family of bowls together. What really sets them apart is the way that we play the bowls around and on the body, and they are positioned in a sequence of the perfect fists. Now, I'm not a musician, but I just spoke with a musician in there, and I actually learned something. I do the circle of
The circle of
fists.
fists.
Yeah, you know that. So
I'm a musician. Yeah.
So
totally.
you know the 7 semitones like C to G, and the research and the studies have now indicated those vibrational sounds not only affect the brainwave activity, but they lower cortisol levels, they influence the parasympathetic nervous system, and even the studies are now becoming more and more, not the empirical research, but just the experience and the studies that they're doing is that stimulates cellular repair.
Yeah.
So it goes on a very deep level.
See, and that's interesting because I was reading somewhere where the key of A is 440 hertz. Okay. The key of A technically is 448. But somewhere in the 16th century, I forget exactly, they moved it down to 440 because 448 is one of the healing properties. And whoever the king was wanted somehow to move that out of things, so he offset, and we still use 440 today.
Okay.
But if you look at actual A frequency is 448, and then you have the 5. Oh God, I'm going to get this wrong.
I don't know, but you're more knowledgeable than I am on this because I'm not a musician.
Well, because those solfeggio tones are based on that.
Yes, exactly.
So
and it's so fascinating to me.
Yes.
It's so fascinating. And I was resonated, and the first time I went to the first healing training that I took, the bowl that was in front of me that I actually ended up purchasing was a pure A bowl. And it's funny that you said the A, because I play that bowl on my head almost every day.
Yeah, do you really? Wow.
Because it helps with meditation.
Okay,
Meditation, mindfulness. It's amazing.
Amazing. You're amazing. You
Oh,
know so
thank
much.
you.
Unbelievable.
Thank you so much. I'm just being called to do this, my new career. I really appreciate being here. I'm an exhibitor today, and the people that are coming in are just, really mainstream. We're getting lots of awareness, and I'm giving them the opportunity to try the instruments that I have, and if they want to take a little sampling by getting on the table, I do individual therapy. I've learned 10 protocols. I've had extensive training.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had extensive training over the 3 years and accumulating hundreds of hours before my certification. But one of the most favorite protocols is the warm water therapy.
Okay.
Now this is a really interesting quantum
go ahead.
physics.
Okay.
So I wish I would have brought a bowl out because I would demonstrate it. But when my teacher demonstrated this to me, I said, "This is it. I got to get into this." We put warm water in the bowl, and when you take the mallet and you strike it, the warm water begins to effervescent, bubble, like carbonated water. It just
really?
bubbles up. The vibrations.
Okay.
When you take the mallet and you rub the rim, it's a geometric pattern. The water becomes like a honeycomb, and I found that it's different on every body, or maybe it's different with every bowl. I haven't done that data collection yet, but well, look, we're 60% water, right? So it penetrates the skin and the fascia. So it is affecting on a cellular level, and physiologically, look, we live in a fast-paced, high-tech world full of noise and constant stimulation, right?
Sure.
And so people are seeking more of these natural methods of healing, like meditation and yoga and sound healing. And even it's being recognized by the integrated health field as having therapeutic benefits.
So how do people get in touch with you? And do you work out of your house, or do you go to people? How do you do this?
Again, I've never had a business. I've always been a teacher. I'm a teacher at heart. But I want to share this, and I was taking the bowls to people's homes.
Wow. Okay.
And I also teach chair yoga to seniors. So first, as part of, this is an interesting story. This is really what hooked me in. As part of my initial collection of hours, I have to document a certain amount of hours, I offered all my chair yoga seniors free sessions. So they gave me a little room, and I set up every Friday for 3 months. I did 3 sound healings, and they came with all kind of chronic aches and pains, and But then it was even more serious: loss of loved ones, dealing with grief, Parkinson's, and all I did was hold space, because as a sound healing practitioner, we don't offer cures.
Right.
We just hold the space for people to get relaxed, get into their zone and let the body heal itself. Just that somatic awareness.
Right.
And the beauty of having these seniors to work in, I want to say they're my guinea pigs, but I was learning from them what really works. And they sent me emails, and they sent me thank you notes afterwards. I got the most positive feedback from how they felt better.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And there's another story, if I can share.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how I'm coming into this world, but I do group sound healing too. So I was taking the bowls, but now back to answer your question. I set up a private room in my house. It's my sunroom. It's very bright. It's it's balanced with the energy, and you come in, it's private entrance, and it's closed off. So I set up there, and I'm doing until I find a space, which I'm looking for.
Okay.
But back to, now I forgot my train of thought, what I was going to say before.
Well, you're going into the room, right? You bring people into the sunny room.
The one thing I want
the experience that I had recently with a group, the chair yoga seniors were individual, but the group I was offering through my website, and I don't know how people found out about me. I guess they were just, I teach yoga, so maybe they were on the website and they saw Sound Healing linked to my other site. And then, so I was invited by a group of young women because they were on a little retreat, and they had a common bond that they had this group, and it was the loss of a child, a young child. And they invited me in, they wanted me to do a sound healing session. And I was just holding space because I don't have any certifications in working with, like this. But I just thought, I'm just going to let them relax and feel what they feel. At the end, I was very moved by their reflections in how much release they felt and how relaxed they felt and how, it was just a good experience for them.
Yeah. And so you actually got as much out of it as they did.
Oh, it was an
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why does it seem, what's the block for men?
Well, I don't know that there is. I don't do as many men, but I have practiced with men, and especially my husband. Like he's got neuropathy in his feet,
Right.
Okay.
and he invested $100 in this vibration pad. And I said, let me put your feet in a bowl, and let me play the bowl.
Okay.
And it was. He was open to it after that, but
Okay.
he just didn't know.
Yeah, there's something about it's.
They just
Yeah.
you have to. Even anybody that's skeptical.
If you look at the people coming here today, maybe 1 out of 20 are men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
noticed,
learned something from
yeah.
one of the men. I learned
yeah.
that fish of fists. No, what is he called? The circle of fists.
All right.
And that's how I play the bowls.
Right. Oh,
And
yeah.
I play them intuitively as well.
Now,
Okay.
one reason I had you bring that is because my partner is fascinated with
Oh,
these.
okay.
Who's that?
It's
the tuning
interesting.
fork.
I'm just starting to get into these because I'm doing my own healing.
Okay.
This is my own testament. I've got issues. We all do.
Right.
And I've been, for the past 15 years, I've been to doctors from the D.C. area to Chicago, Johns Hopkins, all over the place, trying to find out what's the cause of the lymphedema in my hand.
Okay.
I've been led to the tuning forks. I don't know how, but every night I'm doing this, and for me, it's better than
getting
it's
better.
been. And also, I put the bowl on my hand. So
Okay.
and different. And also, I have tinnitus. This is really good for tinnitus.
Is it really?
Yeah. So let me
Okay.
try it. Okay. So I'm gonna just tap on the knee.
That's interesting. I hear a slightly lower tone in my right ear.
Oh, interesting. So maybe this would be balancing for you, and then I could use this. This is the little crystal in the end there to direct it a little bit more.
That's
You
interesting.
want to try?
So,
Hear it?
one of the questions that I have. Can now do you hear a slightly different tone? See, I didn't. It was like a minor 6 down. So,
Wow, you're very keen with your auditory skills.
yeah. So if I, right, well, just for argument, what is the difference between if the vibration's touching my skin or if I'm listening to it? Because I understand the concept that vibration is air moving at a certain pace, and earphones are analog, or even earbuds, doesn't matter, or speaker in your phone, it's analog and it's air moving. Is there a difference in the healing property? And no one's been able to answer, so
Yeah, I don't-
is there a difference between, right, now that's the vibration, I don't hear anything, but I'm getting the vibration, where the vibration in the headphones, let's say, are auditory, but it's still, does one heal better than the other? And it's a question that just my scientific mind, because to me they're two different worlds.
Right.
This is actually,
agree. Yeah.
doing something this way where the speakers are going through here. And this is the only place that, I understand my skin can feel the vibration of like if I had a speaker sitting here on the table, it would feel the vibration. But I'm really looking at it that it's doing this.
There is a plethora of research out there being done, and I do have it. I don't have it in front of me. I have my notes for my presentation this afternoon getting into physics versus metaphysics versus quantum physics. All I can say is I do have a protocol that has scientific evidence about the tinnitus.
Okay.
Because it's the frequency of the tones that begin to, I guess, again,
Yeah.
maybe stimulate cell repair. I don't really
Right,
know because
right.
I'm not a scientist and I'm
Right.
not a doctor and I don't claim to be. I think maybe it's whatever you're sensitive to through the skin, through
Right.
the fascia,
Okay.
through the
Okay.
Tonight, that's the
system.
ringing in the ears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have the ringing in
You
the ears.
do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you have?
What I did,
Yeah.
this is sound like I don't
Interesting
want to take up a
story.
lot of the time, but somebody recommended I go to an acupuncture. And
Yeah, that's one of those
And I didn't
alternative therapies, yeah.
believe it at all. And I remember sitting in the office. I remember seeing this guy going in there all hunched over, and he comes walking out like he's 20 years younger. Okay, so I go in there and I'm sitting down. And this little Chinese guy comes out, and I told him what the problem is. Oh yeah. And he starts putting pins in my shin, and I said, and I stopped him. I said, oh no, hey.
Hey.
Up here.
right.
And he goes, yeah, I know, So after he'd done those, they did over here and over here, he finally got to my ear. And I went for 4 sessions, and every session I left and it came back a little bit, but not
Yeah.
And after 4 sessions, it was incredible.
Yeah.
And he made a believer out of me. So I said, well, he says, because it does come back. It doesn't last forever.
That's how it is
Right.
when I do
Right.
it.
Right?
Right.
So what he
It's
taught
amazing.
me, he said, just do this. And I do this now, and it kind of keeps it at bay when it's really bad. He says, because this is a pressure point right here, he said, go
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, that's part of the
Right?
massage that I
Right,
give.
yeah. And it helps it.
Yeah.
It
It
really
helps it.
does.
It does.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
you have to experience it. You
Yeah,
just have to
yeah.
give it a try and see how it definitely relaxes you, if nothing
Yeah.
else, and
Yeah.
it releases the stress.
Right.
And a lot of people have said afterwards, "Oh, I felt a shift," and it could be just an like feeling lighter emotionally, or maybe more grounded and more balanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
See,
everybody's
yeah, and a lot of that most people don't understand about grounding and balancing yourself. I have a headache. Oh, I can't sleep. Oh yeah, that's to them that's balancing. Where no, the balancing really comes from inside, right? And you're
That's right.
trying to get yourself balanced to your surroundings.
Absolutely.
And
And that's why the Chinese medicine, I've been to China several times, and they're very different in their culture. That was when I was in education. I was taking
That's cool.
students on
that's-
study abroad.
oh, that's cool.
That's another story for another podcast. But that's why he was doing different, because we had these meridians through our body
right.
with the points
Right,
of
right.
how things flow,
Right.
and we get clogged up,
Yeah.
we get congested like a traffic jam.
Yeah. And that's it's an interesting concept to me how 5,000 years ago they knew this about the
Oh, they
human
knew
body.
it. This is nothing new.
And then you go there today, and they're like,
Exactly.
"Oh, well,
There's
we'll send you to
nothing
that
new.
specialist and
But
that specialist."
pharmaceuticals took it away.
Yeah.
Tell you.
I think
Flexner
I
report,
think we're going.
1910.
I think we're coming back around. Though.
Well,
I
that's
think
what we're doing
people-
this for, to say, hey, guys, this is
People
not
are
a mystery.
realizing,
Right.
hey, there's Lois, somebody wrote the book "You Can Heal Yourself." That's been out for a long time.
Oh yeah.
But I think they need to hear people like you and the other people we've.
Yeah.
This person is not a wackadoo.
No.
She's done the research. She knows what she's talking about. To give it, because I think that's part of the mystique about it, and that's
Yeah.
what made the problem.
And
Oh yeah.
That's been the problem. They
I
don't
like-
realize
yeah.
how intelligent, and they've done their homework. It's not something,
Right. Right.
yeah, I mean, I taught at the university for 20 years.
Yeah,
I taught
so-
teachers how to use
But you see-
technology. This is a new technology
Yeah,
for
but
me.
you see,
That's
people,
right.
It's
people,
higher than that.
People
Yeah.
don't see that.
Yeah.
They don't know that because they don't know you.
Right.
Right,
And
right.
I've done a lot of research, and when I got into yoga, I bought every book on yoga, watched every video on
Right,
yoga, took
right.
as many yoga courses as I could. Now, 40 years later, I'm now being led down this road to sound healing. And the book that you want to read is called Human Tuning with the Tuning Forks. I have it in there. You can take a look at
Okay.
it. This gentleman, he's been around a long time doing this stuff, and this is his company too, Biosonics. He put these
Oh,
out.
okay.
And he actually spent time in an echo chamber. This is the beginning of his book. It was so interesting, where it was total, because he was studying sound and the
Yeah.
influence of sound. It was total darkness and total silence,
Okay.
because it was a soundproof room. And over the course of years, he spent over 500 hours documenting. He ended up talking about the sounds of the human body. He could hear his own nervous system.
Oh, I believe that.
Wow.
I believe that.
Of course, we can hear a heartbeat.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, right,
You
right.
can.
But
Right.
he could hear sounds, bones. I can hear my bones sometimes when they rub together. And
Yeah.
anyway, he did a lot of research on it, and he gets into really high level algorithms, the Pythagorean theorem
Really?
and how this all relates. So I can take so much of it and digest
yeah,
it.
right,
Not a music teacher, not a math
Right,
teacher,
right.
but it makes sense to me
Right.
on just the
Yeah.
human level.
Yeah, yeah, and because you're a researcher at heart, you know,
So-
you know what I mean?
Well, I'm a teacher at
Yeah.
heart. I'm
Yeah.
a teacher at
right,
heart.
right. But you wouldn't teach unless you research something.
That's exactly right. And I wouldn't be prepared
That's
if I
correct.
didn't know what I was
That's correct.
talking
So
about.
we want to cut this back so you can go back in there and make some money.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's the reason you're here, not only to teach but to earn. But we would like to do an extra one with you because you had your knowledge is so deep.
Oh, thank
To
you.
do a Zoom with
Especially
you.
with my notes.
Yeah, especially with your notes.
Do a Zoom call with you.
Okay, that sounds
for another
great.
podcast.
I
But
would
we'll
love
put this
that.
one out
Thank you.
and we'll take it. And what can I say? She's
Thank you
unbelievable.
so much.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go record a little bit. Go over to your booth. And
Yes,
just
please do that.
a little-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and-
'cause-
and
Because
so
we
I'll
can put that
insert
on.
right
Good
into
idea.
the,
Good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So stay
Thank
tuned
you.
for that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very
It was
much.
Stay
great to
tuned.
meet you both.
Yes,
And you
yes,
made it
yes.
so comfortable for me.
Oh, okay.